All right, so you already know that you cannot buy these. These don't exist in the supermarket, but now you know how to do it. So, you can click on the other video to find out how to debone, bone in, skin on chicken thighs so that they can be boneless. And then you can roast them and they can have crispy skin and they'll cook faster, and you use them for all kinds of stuff. We're gonna oven roast them today. So sheet tray, half sheet tray, parchment paper, because it makes cleanup easy, and then you don't have to cook directly on a metal sheet tray. So here we go. We're gonna season them, we're gonna roast them, we're gonna have them with some salad and a little fresh baked sourdough bread. You pick your own poison. Okay, so I got 8 boneless skin-on chicken thighs, and they're roast them on a sheet of parchment paper on a sheet tray in the oven at like 415 degrees. They'll probably take like, I don't know, 30 minutes. I'm not gonna flip them. I'm gonna leave them skin side up the whole way so the skin gets crispy. I might rotate them halfway through. We'll see how they go. I'm gonna season them with just salt because the kids don't like pepper because it's spicy. Whatever, it makes it so everybody's happy. So salt is a thing that makes food taste better. It draws out moisture, and most people under-season all of their food. And that's why food at a restaurant tastes better, because it actually gets seasoned properly with salt. So I'm using pink Himalayan salt. Just sprinkle all over. I'm kind of I've spread all my skin out, so I just get, a nice thin sprinkling of salt on the whole chicken thigh. And now let's do the other side. There's 2 sides. You got to do both of them, and then we'll, get these guys organized on the tray. And I know what you're thinking. I've got too many chicken thighs on this tray. And I would agree, it is a little bit overcrowded, but I've done this before and I know it's gonna work out just fine. So, salt, salt, sprinkle, sprinkle. And I'm gonna let these sit with a little bit of salt on them for, probably 20 minutes or so before they get in the oven. So there you go. Now flip them over. And I tend to organize it so the bigger ones are out to the corners, out to the sides, and the little ones are more in the middle. The corners tend to cook a little hotter, a little faster. Bless you. And I want to spread out the skin. So if you go back to the video where you learned how to cut the bones out of these guys, I released that connective tissue and it kind of popped them open and made it so they're all kind of flat in the same thickness, which is important because we want them to kind of all cook the same. So spread them out so you can have crispy skin. You don't get any wadded up chewy pieces that don't get rendered out all the way, because chicken skin is the bacon of the poultry world, and we want crispy bacon on our chicken. So we're all seasoned, we're ready to go, and we're gonna roast them. Oh, here we go. Pro tip. So the parchment paper, it sticks up above the edge of the sheet tray, and it's gonna block out a lot of the air circulation and the heat. So trim it. Simple thing makes a big difference, whether you're roasting potatoes or roasting chicken thighs or whatever it is. Trim your parchment paper down so you can get good airflow right over the edge of your tray. Okay, oven at 410, 415, somewhere in that neighborhood. Parchment paper burns at 425, so you gotta kind of stay below that a little bit. So here we go, in the oven, middle of the oven. And we're gonna roast those guys. Oh yeah, look, check out my beautiful loaf of bread that I'm gonna have for dinner. Yeah, you should be jealous. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes. What does it look like after 20 minutes? And it looks like that. You see juices on. Okay, I'm sorry, we just need to pause real quick here because I don't want to leave my oven door open and lose all the heat out of my oven, because you lose a lot of temperature really fast with the door open, just even for some, 5-10 seconds. You'll kill the oven temperature, and then we'll be steaming these guys and not getting crispy skin. So here's just a quick look at what they look like right now, about 20 minutes in, and there you go, moving along. So there's juices kind of coming out of the chicken. You can see the skin starting to get a little bit crispy, but it's still pretty pale. How do you know when it's done? Well, it's been 20 minutes. They're still raw. They're not cooked. And it's not the same as cooking a chicken breast where you don't want to cook the hell out of it. Thighs are more tolerant to a little bit of abuse. And, it's a tougher, darker meat. It's got more fat in it. It's got a little bit of connective tissue in it. So you can cook it longer without drying it out. And kind of an interesting guideline here if you're going on a sheet tray, like got a half sheet tray, I got 8 chicken thighs on there. When those juices start to evaporate and kind of almost caramelize on the tray, my kids call them chicken chips because they kind of flake off and it's like crispy, delicious, like, you know, chicken juice basically. When that starts to happen, you're probably on the right track for, you know, taking them out so they can rest. And resting is important, and we'll get to that later. Okay, we're at 30 minutes. What does it look like after 30 minutes? Oh, looks pretty good. I'm gonna turn around. See a lot of juices in here. Skin's getting crispy. They need more time. All right, here we go. It's been 40 minutes. There we go. So here's the, actually I'm gonna set this guy down. Toast up my sourdough bread. All right, so we got like the beginning of like these like crispy little bits that are caramelizing on the bottom from the juices. We got crispy skin. And I'm gonna let these guys rest and then we'll cut them up and we're gonna have like a 1 bowl type of meal. And I'll show you what we're doing for a vegetable. All right, this will be a quick one. We can expand on this in another video. In the restaurant, you didn't have a lot of time, so a lot of the meals that you ended up eating were in a bowl with a lot of stuff mixed together. And I just kind of adopted that in life, and that's pretty much how we eat most of our food, is in a bowl all mixed together. You eat a lot of different flavors mixed together. It's really interesting for your mouth. I'm not a eat the meat, eat the potatoes, eat the vegetables separate. It all comes together. So cherry tomatoes, we're gonna go Meyer lemon. So a little Meyer lemon zest on my tomatoes. I know it'd be easier if I'd kept it whole, but I need the other half for something different. And I don't need a lot of zest, just like half a lemon. And then I'm gonna squeeze this in there anyway. So it's okay if it gets mashed up. A little squeeze of lemon, a little squeeze of lemon, pepper. Salt. It's kind of like making like a little vinaigrette here. I've got a little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna go super light with the olive oil because, you know, chicken skin has quite a bit of fat in it, so we'll get plenty of coating on all these veggies that I'm about to add to this from the fat in the chicken. And special here. I made a pickled jalapeno relish from some jalapenos in the garden this summer. Pickled jalapenos are great. They could be a good addition to this. And then some vegetables. And we've always got some kind of mix of a bunch of cut up raw veggies in the fridge. Super easy lunch. It doesn't require a lot of effort and you can kind of cut them up and then they're ready to go. Vegetables, that's probably enough. So yeah, like a salad. We're doing raw veggies tonight. We got the crispy chicken thighs, boneless, skin on, and then some sourdough bread. Simple. I mean, it's like a weeknight dinner kind of thing. You know, you throw the chicken thighs in the oven, you kind of set it and forget it almost. Got veggies cut up from, these are actually from yesterday. It last 2 or 3 days in the fridge. I don't like to cut too much up in advance. So we got this beautiful, colorful little salad. You always gotta taste it. Salt. You need more than you think. It brings out flavor. It makes things tastier. Draws out moisture, and it makes it so you don't need a ton of dressing. Everything I need is in these tomatoes. Like all the juices from the tomatoes, more of it gets drawn out by the salt. So we really are creating a vinaigrette without having to make a vinaigrette. A lot of flavor here. And then, we need Thai basil. Thai basil, which is different from regular basil. I think it tastes a little bit more licoricey. So here you go. Regular basil. Thai basil. A little different, right? Different shaped leaf, different size leaf, a little purpley. It's good. We grow them both downstairs in a hydroponic grow thing for herbs. It's awesome. All right. We need one more thing though. There's always cool stuff in the fridge. I never know what I'm gonna find in there or find a use for. How about a little piece of feta cheese? So I just shaved this off of, the block of feta that's in there, and I'll just make some little pieces, and this will all just get mixed together when we add the chicken in, and add a little bit of that briny, salty feta flavor in there. Be good with the lemon and the tomato and the basil. It's almost like making a variation of a Greek salad, minus the olive. All right, here we go. Kim only wants one chicken thigh, so she will only get one chicken thigh. So I'm gonna slice these 4 across. This one's kind of big. And then dicing them up. You want to cut through it without destroying all the skin. And I'll let her mix it together. So here we go. We got crispy chicken, veggies. What veggies? Man. Cabbage, radishes, cucumbers, peppers, carrots, arugula, Thai basil, tomatoes. Bunch of stuff. And as far as resting goes, these guys have been resting for about 15 minutes. I don't want all the juice to kind of leak out of them when I cut them. So, you don't want to be cutting into hot meat, or otherwise it will end up dry, even though these are, full of fat, which should, protect them. Whether it's a giant turkey or just little chicken thighs, you got to rest them. So boom, here we go. I'm actually going to mix all that together because, like I said, I want to experience all the flavors all together. So your call how you want to do it, but that's how we're rolling tonight.